Recognizes Mr. Barletta for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Mr. Wagner, for years, I've been calling for the Congress and administration to follow through on one of the key recommendations of the 9/11 Commission report to complete a biometric entry-exit screening system, which they called an essential investment in our security. As noted earlier, as many as 4 of the 9/11 hijackers violated the terms of their visas or overstayed, and we have seen this pattern continue in other terrorist plots. Biometric entry-exit means collecting biometrics on entry and exit at land, air, and sea. One gaping hole in plans we have heard about today is land ports of entry, where about 2/3 of travelers pass through. Can you please speak to plans to collect biometric entry data at land ports of entry, and why aren't we verifying the identity of land arrivals biometrically?
So land arrivals are collected biometrically when someone leaves that border zone on the southwest border. Or, Canadian citizens on the northern border are not subject to the biometric collection. So any third country national coming across the Canadian border, we would collect the biometrics. On the southern border, it's any Mexican citizen that wants to proceed past the border zone, which is different miles in different states, and then any third country nationals that would come in. I gave you the numbers on the third country nationals on the Mexican border. For Mexican citizens, it was just over 15 million last year, so it is a pretty significant number. But all of them come in, have their biometrics verified. They've already been taken by State Department when they got the visa. We verify who it is. So the plans on departure would be start with the third country nationals. It's a very manageable group. Set up a manual reporting requirement for them. Have them come in and give us their biometrics and we confirm them. The problem is the technology in the vehicle lanes, there's just nothing yet. So we're testing some cameras that can do facial recognition in through a vehicle. We haven't seen anything that's commercially available yet. But for pedestrians, I think we can do that using the same system we're building for airports.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Doherty, it's good to see an updated visa overstay report, which was more complete than the one issued last year. That being said, as noted, this report does not cover all foreign visitors to the United States, such as those that enter through the land ports of entry. It also does not provide the total estimated in-country overstay population that are here now. It's a snapshot of time of those foreign visitors who are expected to depart in fiscal year 2016 and those who did not do so. How do you plan to use the information in the new overstay report, and what do you think is the most effective way to address the problem of overstays?
I personally think that a better means of communicating with people who are here on visas should be explored. I think we're doing that now. I think CBP is looking towards pushing something out on your phone that says, hey, you're almost done. I think it would be nice if the sending countries would do the same thing. I know if I was on travel and the host country was telling me that it was about time to go, and my own government was telling me the same, that would motivate me to get going. I think that in terms of compliance and getting people to voluntarily leave, if their intention is to come here and overstay, we need to do a better job of understanding whether or not that's their intention on the front end. So if we're going to be doing screening and vetting in a more sort of robust fashion, how does that translate into real life? I think part of it is going to be probably increasing training for those individuals who actually do interview people who are intending to come to the United States to better understand their intent. That is, as I mentioned in my opening statement, part of the executive order is that the interagency is getting together and looking at whether or not we can do a better job of determining intent and perhaps denying admission to those people who would intend to overstay. So you've got, in a sense, a little bit of a carrot, perhaps, with notifying people, hey, you're almost done. But then there's the stick, which is we can't let you in because basically I cannot determine, based on the colloquy that you and I are having right now, that you're not going to the United States under whatever visa category, that you don't intend to just overstay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.